Hello, today I'm going to be making a really delicious citrusy lemon tart. I'm actually going to make the pastry and just show you how easy and quick and simple it is to make. And the filling is just literally a 2-second job, really. Fantastic, quick, easy and a real must to have in the house when you've got guests coming over. First of all, I've got 8 ounces of plain flour. I'm just going to put in my bowl. And I've got 3 ounces of caster sugar. Now, in here I've got 5 ounces of fat. So half I've done of pure butter and the other half I've used a vegetable fat, something like Trex or Cooking. Just gives the pastry a little bit more crisp to it. So 5 ounces altogether. And then you can use the egg yolk. First of all, use the egg yolk, and then if it needs a bit more wetness, just use the white of the egg. So I'm just going to crack this in the bowl first. And keep the white separate, just in case I need it. The pastry might be a bit dry. Always have to sort of work it. All I'm going to do here now is work it into fine breadcrumbs. That's the secret of getting this pastry nice and light. So just work it all together. Just rub it gently in between your fingers, not hard, not so you're melting the butter in your hands. And then you're just going to, it's a bit like making crumble, and then you're going to put it together and then you form a dough. Rest it in the fridge for about 30 minutes and you've got lovely sweet short crust pastry. I find this so much easier than buying it shop bought, because that's just me. So I just think it's nice, and it's always impressive when you're telling all your friends that you've made your own pastry from scratch. And it really is not as scary as people seem to have this fear about pastry. There you are. Now, I'll just keep working it together. And my pastry feels just a little bit dryish, and that's where I think I will add some of my egg white now. The trouble is, the way I've split it is because I don't want to make it too wet. That's why you have to do it first to make how you feel. I just want to show you the consistency. The more you keep rubbing it together, the more the pastry will bind together. I said I was going to use the egg white. I don't actually think I need to, because if you can see, it's actually becoming together nicely as a dough. So that's all I've been doing. Literally not even 5 minutes working this dough together, and then I'm going to start to bring it around into a dough ball. That just means pushing it together. You don't want to make it too wet, because then you start losing all your consistency of the flour and then the sugar and then the butter. So that's why I do split the egg, just to see. So there you go, you see, already into a pastry. Just want to show you that you just push together the dough, the pastry, so you don't want to handle it too much. And there you go. I'm going to put it in some cling film like that, and it goes in the fridge for half an hour. Right, a little tip for you is, obviously I'm going to use a loose bottom tin for this. Mine is a 9-inch. I don't know how I got a 9-inch, but I think the general size, oops sorry, is an 8-inch tin. 8-inch non-stick, good heavy tin. Really, it's worth investing in. I take the middle bit out. I'm just going to sprinkle that with a little bit of flour. Get my pastry. Just put it in the middle, and I'm going to flour my rolling pin, and I'm going to roll it on this so it doesn't break up. Ooh. Doesn't break up when it's the when you have to lift it on. So just keep rolling it. Now obviously the sides will break up a bit, but I'll show you, you just have to thumb it around. It doesn't have to be perfect. Right, what I'm going to do is obviously I can't see where it is, so I'm just going to, don't worry if it all breaks up. I'm just going to lift it in onto that. So you've got the perfect base, and all I'm going to do is literally mould it around and pick up my sides, and just, that's all you're going to do, because once it cooks, you don't have to do it this way. You can roll it and put it on the rolling pin and put it over, but this is the way I find easier, because I just squash it all in there. And don't forget the filling's all going to be on top. And then, right, here you are, a nice filled case with my pastry. All I'm going to do is prick some holes in it, let the air come out. Make sure that there's no air, so you really have to squish it nicely in the corners like that, okay? And just go like this with your fork. Put it in the oven on about 200 for about 10 minutes till it's nice and golden brown.